Hey guys, Chris Young here with AyeJob. So, here's the deal. I know how to weld. I own a welder. If you want to learn how to weld, you can make potentially $20 to $30 an hour or more. Depends where you go. I prefer non-union because you don't have to pay your dues. Benefits are great. You make a lot of money. You just gotta really go to physical therapy and make sure you follow the safety procedures and you wear your PPE and you won't go blind. I don't have glasses. I welded for over 10 years. I'm the only one in my family without glasses. So if you want to learn how to weld for free, call me. I do woodworking. If you want to learn how to make wood stuff, birdhouses, furniture, fix your siding, whatever, call me. If you want to learn how to do the clay wheel and make stuff out of clay and fix things and do drywall, painting, if you want to do wood staining, wood filler, epoxy, if you want to make fishing poles, if you want to butcher a deer, if you want to go hunting, if you want to buy a gun, if you want to buy a car, if you want to buy a house, if you want to know how to do taxes, anything, give me a call, man. I do it for free. So I know a lot of stuff. I've lived in Rochester, Minnesota my whole life, so not to brag, but I know a lot. I know a lot of business owners. I know a lot of people that provide free services for the community. I do donations now because I'm a nonprofit. If you want to go on Cash App, just send it to money sign AyeJob, money sign AyeJob, AyeJob. Any money that you give me, my neighbor just got shot at last week. I'm going to give her $500 of my donations. The first $500 I raise is going to her, so she can get a new apartment, and her kid deserves a house that's not full of bullet holes. Then I'm going to take the leftover money I have. I'm going to go around to the homeless, and I'm going to feed them and feed their dogs, and I'm going to give them PPE for the winter, tents, whatever they need. And then if I have any money left over from that, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to buy food and I'm going to buy dog stuff and cat stuff and, whatever. And I'm going to fill up the pet food terminals in town. I'm going to fill up the food terminals in town. They're kind of like those book terminals. And then I'm going to fill up the book terminals in town. The one at the dog park, I had an old lady who was the one that built it. Like, she was the one that funded the build. And the Southeast Dog Park, the book terminal's empty. Come on, community. Let's teach these kids how to read. Donate your worthless books and your treasure will become some kids, gold. So, or your trash will become somebody's treasure. There you go. So any case, I'm here to help the community. If you're a teenager, obviously you need your parents' permission to talk to me. I don't need any liability stuff, but I've worked with kids my whole life. My mom did at-home daycare. I won a gold medal in high school for FCCLA for my Nutrition Buddies project. I worked with fifth graders at Riverside. We taught them how to not do drugs, not drink, how to eat healthy. We did skits and plays. I also participated in HELPS, which did the same thing with the same age group. They did skits and plays and taught them how to, eat healthy and not do drugs or drink. So I went to the state competition. I presented it like a science fair project. We had data from the pre-test and the post-test of our skits, and we had evidence that the kids were learning. And so, yeah, we won the gold medal. We got up on stage. I actually lettered, and so I got a jacket because I don't do sports. I was in weight training, but my dad got into sports and was a little abusive, so I just don't like sports. I'll watch them, but I don't ignore my wife and kids to watch Sunday night football. I just rather go hiking or play a video game or go fishing or spend time with my kid. I'm not neglectful. I don't work on my car or go to sports and neglect my wife and children. So any case, I don't like sports. It's just a waste of money. It's a scam. It's pretty much invented by the government or the mafia to just rip people off and make all these muscle heads a bunch of money, and then they just go around and act a fool and get arrested for rape and beating up women. And I mean, not all of them, but there's, you can see all the drama, and it's just crazy. I think that they should donate 20 to 30% of their wages to firemen, policemen, and ambulance operators and essential workers, and they should be given part of the funds of every sporting event. They took away taxes from cigarette smokers to build this stadium. Well, you know what? They should take the money they make from the stadium, reduce our taxes, and then take the leftover money and give it to law enforcement, give it to the ambulance, the firemen, so that we can have a safe community. So any case, we're able to fix the deficit. Literally, like the 1%, if they just paid a little bit of tax compared to trying to tax the crap out of people that can't even afford eggs. If we just tax the 1% a tiny little bit, boom, everyone will have a job, everyone will have a home, everyone will be financially stable. Look at Germany. If you don't have a job in Germany, you get the same wage as a McDonald's manager. Really? Let's move to Germany, y'all. Let's just be jobless in Germany. No wonder they have so many riots. People get paid to just do nothing. And then it's funny because the gay and, the LGBT movement will hand out water bottles to all Islamic people that were moving there since the 9/11 stuff. And the Islamic people are trying to pass Islamic law. Well, guess what? What's going to happen to the gay people when the Islamic law is passed? They're going to get killed. They're going to get either kicked out of the country, which would be the nicest option, or they're going to hang them, they're going to stone them, and they're going to just kill them. And then when it comes to women, they're going to step backwards like 100 years. But I pray for Germany. I pray for Deutschland. I hope that the citizens that were there before the immigrants or whatever took over are safe. I pray that they're able to have plenty of children, which they don't because they can't afford it. It's unfortunate because they pay all these people the money, kind of like what America did with the Lost Boys. They brought all these people from Somalia and Sudan and all that stuff to America. They paid for everything, and some of them deserved it because they were in danger and they were kids and they needed help. Well, then there's the other ones, and any group of people, there's always a bad apple. I'm not blaming the majority. I'm not even blaming the minority. I don't care what skin color you are. I don't care what religion you believe in. Like, I'm a fair person. I was raised Catholic, but I study like Hinduism, Buddhism, and paganism. I believe in God, but I think that what was taught to me when I was in religion class was not all true. I think a lot of it was manipulation and mind control and whatever, you read the Bible, you tell me. So any case, watch Heretic. That movie opens your mind about religion. That's wild. But he's like Jeffrey Dahmer, but like a super intelligent religious weirdo. He like kidnaps a couple Mormon girls. You gotta watch it. It's crazy. So any case, his house is like designed like a labyrinth, and it's designed kind of like those Gothic cathedrals in his basement. And he like tries to like convince them that they can kill each other and they'll come back to life, but it's all a fucking labyrinth. And he actually fed a girl a poisonous pie and she ate it willingly because she believed in him and thought he was God. And so he basically was saying that people use religion to control people, and he was getting people to chop their fingers off. He was getting people to kill other people. He was getting people to kill themselves. So when the gal died from the pie, there was a trap door. And so when the girls went and looked the other direction because the psychopath distracted them, the old lady, they dropped her into the hole, and a different old lady came out of the hole and sat on the table and came back to life. So yeah, religion, man, it's wild. I mean, you gotta have faith. You gotta believe in something. If you don't, who cares? I mean, eternal darkness sounds good to you. By all means, go for it. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You're all human. We all were given the choices that we have in our lives because God wants us to show him what we got. And he's going to put you through trials and tribulations, and, life is a roller coaster. So focus on yourself. So if you guys need job training for free, you can come on down. I'll train you. I got a welder. I got woodworking tools. I got a clay wheel. I got tons of other skills. I can build computers. I can do driving lessons. Everyone I've trained to how to drive passed their test and with flying colors their first attempt. And I usually train people that fail their tests a lot, and they have like one more to try. And then so I train them for like 2 hours. Next thing you know, they pass for flying colors. If I know you personally, I'll do it for gas money. And so the fees are free. If I don't know you personally, it's $50 an hour. You can do it in 10-minute intervals if you want to save money, but then that's $60 an hour because each 10 minutes is $10. Oh boy, there goes my lights. So yeah, I suppose this video is getting long. We're gonna call it. I'll turn my lights on and say my goodbyes. Great energy and vibes for all people. Peace.